Welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. My name is Michael, and this is your card of the day for Thursday, January 30th. Now, I'm recording this the night before, so it's the 29th. This is the night of the new moon. And new moons are about new beginnings, fresh starts, something completely entirely new that we want to create for ourselves. For this, I did not have a particular person in mind. I asked for a reading for the new moon, something that would resonate with everyone, hopefully, and that would have some meaning for us. And I was led to two decks. We're just going to go with it, people. The first one is Instarot, and this is a deck where the cards are like Instagram posts. Pretty cool. And the second one is Soul Coaching by Denise Linn. So these are the two cards. We're going to begin with Instaro card, and the one that came out is the Wheel of Fortune. Spinning round and round. Where will it stop? Nobody knows. I want to talk about this for a little bit. Nobody knows where it's going to stop spinning. That wheel of fortune. Sometimes we get good luck, sometimes we get bad luck. There's a definite feel of it's destiny or and which is good, or it's fate. That I have no say in it. I just don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes great things happen to me, and other times bad things happen to me. I just have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm always prepared for the other shoe to drop. Life shouldn't be that way. It truly should not, because we have a say in the life that we create for ourselves. So if our lives are just spinning out of control and we're on a hamster wheel and we don't know what's going to happen, that means we're not taking full control over our life. Now, we are spiritual beings here having a human experience. We didn't come down here to run on a hamster wheel. We came with a purpose, and we have something that we're supposed to fulfill in this lifetime. And it's hard to do that when everything's just out of control. And we feel like I'm just bouncing off of one thing to the next, kind of like a pinball machine, and the little ball on there the flappers move it all over the place. You don't know where it's going to go. It's just you do the best you can with it and hope you get some points along the way. And that's what our life feels like. But we do have more control over that, more than we realize. And that's where the second card comes in. And this is Radiance, a beautiful card. I love the colors on this. And I want to read from the guidebook on this because it's going to set me up for what I want to talk about next. Radiance, what your soul wants you to know. All right. When you live in a state of radiance, you don't need to struggle for things to happen. You shine so brightly that opportunities are drawn to you. Have you ever noticed that? When you're having a really great day, you're happy and just in such a great attitude, people are just drawn to you. It's amazing to watch it happen just in a mood change. Back to the book. Even if you're feeling dull and lethargic, you can transform your state by acting as if you're feeling expansive, content, and luminous. This might sound like you're pretending, but in fact, when you act as if, this sends a powerful signal to your subconscious mind to uplift your emotional state. Now, that has been proven in science that our brain does not know the difference between reality and make-believe. It really doesn't. So if we are acting as if we're victims, or as if we're going to have a fight with someone when we get to work, or as if something horrible is going to happen, the brain picks up on that, thinks it's actually happening, and sends all kinds of chemicals through our body preparing us for that. Often we're prepared for fight or flight. So we're in a very agitated state. But when we act or imagine as if everything's beautiful and what we had been worried about is going to turn out perfect, or at least better, it the brain picks up on that and it mellows us out just a bit. We can take it down from DEFCON 5 to a lower level. We're not prepared for war. So our bodies do react and respond to what our brain puts out. And what our brain puts out is based on what we feed into it. And our thoughts and fears, those imaginary fights you have in the shower in the morning, not helping. So there's that. I want to go on. There's an affirmation that comes with this card, and the affirmation says, I am a radiant reflection of the Creator's light. All right. We've heard things like that a lot. I'm a little spark of God. A variety of things like that. So if you are a radiant reflection of the Creator's light, you're a spark of that, that means you're a creator as well. So what are you creating for yourself? This is something to think about, especially with this new moon. Now, this energy stays for a while, so it's not like at midnight it goes away. So when you watch this tomorrow, you still have a few days. There's a window. Everyone feels it differently. But this is the time we need to start thinking about that. What do we want to create? What fresh start do we want to make? Because we do have a say in that. The will is not just spinning at random. We're the ones that spun it. And where it stops, we should know because we know what destination or goal that we want to put out there. That's the energy we're going to put out. And when we vibrate in our radiance, this energy, the universe picks up on it too. And it feeds it right back. We get back what we put out. You attract what you put out. You reap what you sow. There's many different ways we can say this, but we have a direct hand in this in creating the type of life we want for ourselves. So on this, I want to talk about acting as if. Now think about actors. They take on a role, a character, and they really feel into it. They learn the motivation behind it. They learn if it's a historical figure, they learn everything they can about them, and they pull all that into their portrayal of that person. They are so good at it that when we watch the movie, we believe it. We take them as real, and we learn more about the person that they're acting as. And actors they're so amazing that you like them or you hate them. You feel their pain. We feel it all because it's so realistic of what we're seeing. Our brain's doing the same thing with what we feed it too, by the way, but it's so real and it brings our emotions out. We're either drawn to it or we are repelled from it because it's so realistic. So in your life, if you started this practice of the acting as if, you could change things. So if you want to be let's say that you want to be a person that's more respected by others, that you feel like you're just not getting any respect. It's like no one sees you, you're invisible. Change that. Write a script of the type of person that you want to be. Write it out. Do some quantum journaling, put it out there. Write this out of your script and then decide to take on that role, that persona, and act like that script. Just try it. And yeah, you're going to feel like you're faking it. But remember, you're acting. You're taking on a new role. And after a while, your subconscious mind really takes a hold of that. And the more and your brain believes it, and your inner being's going to change because of that. It's going to start identifying more with that character that you want to be. So you are creating who you want to be. And when you do that and you step into that role, you start to truly see and feel your radiance because you're now radiating a new energy outward, and that's what's going to be drawn back in. So again, if you walk around feeling like a victim, people are going to treat you like one or victimize you even more. I remember when I was younger, when something bad would happen, I would have something bad happen and then something else would follow it. And I would just be in my head. And my mother would say, she said, stop thinking about that. Just stop thinking about it. It's only going to make it worse. And I'm like, well, it can't get any better. What's that going to help? As time went on and I got older, I realized she was absolutely right. And so when I got to the point in life when I saw the movie The Secret, I started learning a little bit more about how that works, of how our thoughts interact with things and how we shape our reality and how we shape our future. And so I became very mindful of that. When something bad would happen, I would, of course, go into the, oh, I can't believe it, and it was sad, and I was just anguished over it. And something else would happen, and I'd be like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I have to find something positive now. And I would have to force myself to find something. And sometimes it was the stupidest little thing, but it was something positive, and I noticed things would start to change. So there's a lot of power behind this, and you have a lot of power. That is where your radiance comes from. This is your power we're talking about here. This is what other people are seeing, what they're feeling, what they're attracted to. There's something different about you when you're in this state of acting as if, that eventually becomes you're no longer acting as if, you are I am, and you've taken this on and it's become who you are. You've created this, and people are drawn to that. So is the universe. When you have so much power radiating out from you, and you're just exuding love and compassion and gratitude, the universe, God, the divine, whatever you want to call it, whatever you choose to label it, is going to bless you even more, because it's like, wow, well, if that happened and they're really grateful and happy about that, let's give them more to be happy about. And so we bring that in because we are creators. As the book said in the affirmation, I am a radiant reflection of the Creator's light. If you are a reflection, that means you have the same power within you. So this is time to really think about that. Consider scripting out who you want to be, how you want your life to be, and what tomorrow will look like. And do that as often as you need. Write your life one day ahead, one week ahead. It's quantum journaling. You are making it become real. So you don't have to worry about the wheel of fortune. It's not a wheel of fate or destiny necessarily. We are going to go through things that are part of our purpose here on life. Yes, but you have a direct say in where this wheel stops, what it lands on, and what comes out as a result of this. That's the message for today. I hope that you get something from that that helps you. Thank you so much for following me on the metaphysical journey, and have a very beautiful day. Bye.